I've heard in interviews before you said that Taxi Driver was somewhat autobiographical because you felt alienated, and then you found the metaphor of the taxi.
Yeah, I've written or tried to write a couple things that were semi-autobiographical. I mean, they're never as good as the things that are an arm's length away. When I was trying to write something that was really about me and my family and my brother, it never really quite worked.
You wrote with him, your brother?
We started out writing together, yeah.
Did you write Mishima with you?
Yeah. He went to Japan to get out of Vietnam.
That movie was about a guy who was gay for swords or something? I'm sorry. He's a guy who created stories and then made himself into a story.
His death was a reenactment of one of his plays.
The Harakiri.
Seppuku, yeah. He did a movie called Seppuku, and his death is the movie. The movie was a rehearsal for his actual death.
Oy vey.
And
it's a little bit showboaty, no?
Yeah. Well, he's very intentionally showboaty.
Do you consider that film to be your opus or masterpiece?
Well, it certainly is the most unique.
You really went for it there.
Yeah, it's one of a kind film, and I really appreciate the courage that I had at that time. Although you don't think of it as courage at that time, you think of it as problem solving. But the problems were so interesting, the solutions became interesting. And how that idea came about was, Taxi Driver was a story of the pathology of suicidal glory. This notion, often Christian notion, that through my own suffering I can transcend myself, whip myself,
the
whatever.
Via Dolorosa.
Yeah. And I want to do another film like that. And I thought, wait a second, if I'm going to do another story about this subject, why don't I go to the other end of the bookcase? Go to the other end of the world, go to the Asian culture, go to a homosexual, go to a man who's extremely successful, go to an artist, a poet, who yet labors under the same pathology, that through Bushido, through self-sacrifice, I will transmogrify.
Yeah.
And so that became the sort of non-taxi driver, taxi driver.